Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Taylor Jones. And do you have any idea what time it is? Well, if you don't, then prepare yourselves because it's going to be the coldest winter yet, as in season 6 of Cold Man's Winter. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Taylor Jones, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, TC Jones Edits. And I know it's been a long time, but now it's time for me to get back to the old grind, referring to welcome back to Cold Man's Winter Season 6. And yes, it's been a minute. But this episode, I decided to do something a little different because this topic that I'm talking about is fictional, but at the same time, it's something that everybody has to deal with when it comes to struggling with other people not getting along and things never going your way. But before I could say what the name of the episode is, this is dedicated to all the individuals. This episode is dedicated to all the individuals who are somewhat outstruck, heartbroken, and disappointed based on what's going on from the LA wildfires to now close to home in Antioch, Tennessee, which is part of Nashville. The school shootings that took place. And yeah, I'm thinking about the individuals who lost their loved ones from the school shootings in Antioch, Tennessee. And like, can we just do something about this situation and stop this bullying stuff leading to revenge? You know, this is getting out of hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of it. But since I had to get that out the way, and yes, the last episode of Cold Man's Winter will be in the description bar down below. But without further ado, I present you episode 6, long awaited episode 6 of Cold Man's Winter season 6. And the title of this episode, I'm going to be talking about The School of Hard Knocks. Now, when you're thinking about the title, you're asking, what does that even mean? Well, like I said, it's a fictional story because it goes a little something like this. Once upon a time, in let's say 89, there were random kids that were minding their business, walking, talking, thinking about what life is like, because they found out quick that they were not accepted to the colleges that they were going to. So they decided to do something like get a job and even like start off like in community colleges. But they were random kids, teenagers, about to be young adults. They spotted a building which was like it used to be a I don't know. It used to be like an old uh hospital, and it was large enough to be a school. So they decided to give it a go. Like, check out the old abandoned building, because that building has been emptied for, let's say that it's been empty for almost 10 years. Like year number 9, 1980, a hospital was closed down permanently and the building stayed up. So the kids who came and investigated the building, they said it was perfect, but they had to do a whole lot. So they spend quality time cleaning up the place, mopping the floors and painting, come up with something that is eligible. And they even had to make sure to spend the money for utilities, because they were the ones that cleaned up, made the old abandoned hospital building look spotless, like shiny, brand new, back in 1989. And where do they live at? Let's say that the city that they were living in was If I had to come up with a name of a city, just like I did when on season 3 when I talked about Tom from the Safe Sex parts 1 and 2 episodes, like when they were living in Mustard, California. Let's just say that they live in a city called um hmm, what what so don't judge me, people. I'm just thinking about a city name. Hmm. Oh, I know. Let's say that they were in North Pomegranate. North Pomegranate, New York. North Pomegranate, New York. Yeah, I like that. And the teenagers who actually cleaned up the old abandoned hospital building that was closed down since 1980. They decided to come up with a name, and they came up with S.O.H.K. S.O.H.K. or the School of Hard Knocks. Now, the School of Hard Knocks in Mount Pomegranate, New York, it's been running since 1989. Like, it took almost 3 months to build a specific school. They even had to get some help from their family members with a, with shelves, books, including globes, like the wooden standing stand, the globe where you spin around, and they had to get a whole lot of materials that they need. And they decided to do something for the young adults, especially the ones that are about to go to college. And they took care of the building very, very, very spot on. Time's on. And and it's been booming. Business was booming, and like I said, it's fictional. But the first year at the School of Hard Knocks, S.O.H.K, there were like between 60 to 100 students. 60 to 100 students from 89 to 1990. But for a few years, it started to build from 60 to 100, 100 to 150, 150 to 200, and so on and so on. And with all the individuals discovering what the School of Hard Knocks was based on, well, it's actually based on a chosen few individuals who didn't have the chance to go to the college, or they didn't get accepted, or they having a hard time with education, that they need some help, even when it came to like some summer school type thing, like winter, spring, summer, and fall. School of Hard Knocks will help the students once and for all. Even when it comes to emotional damages like mental mind state is going out of hand. Nobody to respect. They need to learn how to respect themselves and respect others all around them. Well, that was not the case for Dennis. But let me tell you about Dennis. Dennis, he was a really positive role model. Although life was not peaches and cream for him, because in his family life, things didn't go according to plan. Now, at 10 years old, his little sister, who was a year younger than younger than him, younger than Dennis, let's just say her name was Latasha. Latasha, she was like crazy. She wanted to be like a diva. Like she knows what she's doing. She thinks she rules the world. Going to get some respect one way or another. But the family household, it wasn't that sweet because Latasha fooled around, and this is kind of like Brenda's got a baby all over again. Because, like Tupac said, Brenda was 12 when she had a baby. And Latasha had her baby. Well, it turned out to be a miscarriage. And it really broke her heart. But she was 12 years old. Dennis was 13. And he was like, why in the world would you do that? How dare you ask me? It's none of your business. Well, it comes with a price. This is supposed to be my business. We're family. And this is one thing that caused Dennis to feel downright ashamed. He tried to make peace and let Latasha know that she's gone too far. But she was still acting like a spoiled brat. The infamous B word. And to make matters worse, she's been like that ever since. From 12 years old to having a miscarriage to being something that she's not. And she even had the nerve to take over the household when mom and dad wasn't around. But sadly, she got worse. From bad to worst. No worse. Bad, worse, and worse. This is like bad to worst. That quick. 0 to 100. Just like boys to men. You know what I'm saying? That quick. Because at 15 years old, 15-year-old Latasha discovered something bad happened to mom and dad. And Dennis was 16. He heard the news too. Watched the news. He was so depressed about the passing of his mother and father, getting murdered over some false identity. That was like a bad look for both Dennis and Latasha. But Latasha, she didn't even give one care about life. Now, even after the funeral of both Dennis and Latasha's parents, they had to move on. Dennis was continuing to go to high school. And as for Latasha, let's just say that she had the nerve to drop out. At 15, you dropped out after your mom and dad got murdered. And sadly, the people responsible for the murder of Dennis and Latasha's parents, at first, they got away with murder. But then the police found out who was responsible. And it was a gang. But let's just say that the gang responsible for Dennis and Latasha's parents' murder was Dennis's old school buddy by the name of Gerald. Gerald, who was known as Gangster Hippie. He was a white guy with a gangster mindset. He actually got into the gang life because of his older cousin who ended up locked up for a crime that he didn't commit, which included a 9mm gun that was not his. Somebody framed him, and his cousin had to serve 15 to life. 15 years to life. So, Gerald took it upon himself, accountability to himself, and came up with a crew. And he hung out with 2 black guys, and they were like twin brothers, Todd and Ted. Todd and Ted. And they called themselves the Oreo crew. As in two black cookies with the white cream filling in the middle. Squished Oreos. O-R-E-O. The Oreo crew. And they always wanted Dennis to come through. Like, have they back. But Dennis wanted to live the normal life. Because he's already dealing with pressure. He's already dealing with the fact that Latasha is acting like a queen. A queen with no sign of sympathy. No sign of remorse. He had his own fish to fry. They wouldn't leave him alone. And they even want him to stop sucking his thumb and put on some boxers. Sag his pants a little bit. Talking that street slang. Telling him to grow up. Wake the heck up. Or, metaphorically, smell some weed. But Dennis wasn't going to buy that. He just kept on moving forward. He kept moving forward. And one day, while life was going completely haywire, he decided to, see what life was like. Because he spotted the School of Hard Knocks. But remember, he was 16 at the time. 16 years old. First discovered the School of Hard Knocks. And somebody from this school say, "Hey, what are you doing here?" Oh, I don't know. I was just walking and then I just spotted the school. Oh, the School of Hard Knocks? Man, I'm telling you, you need to come at some point. Well, unfortunately, I'm 16. For real? Oh. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. My name is Raymond. And yours? I'm Dennis. Like Dennis the Menace. Oh, yeah, like Dennis the Menace. Hey, listen, man. This school right here is actually not the best, but at some point it's gonna help change your mindset. What do you mean? Well, for starters, this school was built by, legend has it, a couple teenage kids back in 1989, and they grown now, but they used an old abandoned hospital building and they made a school out of it. And that school was to focus on the majority of individuals who couldn't go to college because they were not accepted, and or this could also help heal. Like, it's like a healing center for when it comes to mental health and emotional problems and not getting along with others. You thought about changing something? Wow, come to think of it, I am living a nightmare myself. I'm trying to turn hell into heaven, but it's not that easy. Not on your own, it ain't. But hey, if you need anything, feel free to get involved. Heck, I heard they got summer school, so you might as well check it out. Summer school, you say? I'm down. Alright then. So, thanks to Raymond for explaining what the School of Hard Knocks was, Dennis actually got a card, an invitation, like a way to call and set up, like to meet up. And then bam, it was all cool. But still, he was dealing with a lot. Heck, he was even lonely. He never had a relationship neither. He's trying to focus on living his life, even when Latasha treated him like dirt, even when Gerald, or Gangster Hippie, and the twins, the Oreo crew, tried to convince him to just join the gang. Stop being afraid. But of course, it wasn't that simple for him, because in senior year in high school, well, no, not yet. Junior year was still in effect. So throughout his junior year, the schedule's like this: Monday through Friday, get up in the morning, go to school, come home, help out Latasha, even when she's out, because Latasha's like the queen. There's like a Cinderella moment. Cinderella Dana Dane for Dennis the Menace. But Dennis, he never took the time to have a party. He never go to games. He just comes home, cleans up the house, even have to help set up dinner. They were living on their own. No parents. But he knew how to take care of homework. But there were some times when he was so caught up in homework, Latasha wanted him to stop and take care of some business. Some house business. Even she didn't like the fact that he was still in school. So she was tripping, but he had no other choice but to keep going. He didn't want to disrespect Latasha, but dang it, Latasha is 1 year younger than him. Dropped out of high school. And yet, things changed. Because after junior year was over, he decided, you know what? My life has been going completely bananas lately. So he decided to give S.O.H.K a call. School of Hard Knocks a call. Since Raymond suggested that summer school was taking place and he wanted to see what S.O.H.K was like inside. So Dennis called the school. He introduced himself on the phone and they asked how old he was. He said he was 16 and he was about to be 17 in the summertime. And due to the fact that they don't do teenagers younger than 17, they made an exception because he was turning 17 in the summer. He had to give out proper details to the S.O.H.K while calling them, but he didn't want to share his happiness because he's doing something without Latasha knowing, because Raymond came to him. Raymond did. And that's why he decided to play it smooth. Because after getting his report cards, his final grades for junior year, and trust me, he took, you know how high schools are, trimesters or semesters, random semesters. He took his schooling so seriously that he actually was on honor roll, A's and B's. But he still lived a life that is full of dirt. He may have hit the highlight. He may have hit the highlight reel or lived a high life in school academically, but in his home life, family life, he was dirt. But when June started, summer vacation, school's out for the summer. He's about to be a senior in August. He decided to go to the School of Hard Knocks. June. Early Monday morning, he wakes up. Not to mention, when he left, he made sure that everything was going according to plan. So he walks inside the School of Hard Knocks, and I think he was supposed to meet like the principal or the president of the school, and one of the people were the teenagers that created the school in 1989. So Dennis introduced himself, and they talked. And remember, this is the first day. I mean, he didn't have to dress up like a professional, but he knew that on the first day he had to dress up nice. That way, because he's in a different category, different school, different ball game to play. And they showed him around. Well, actually, he had someone show him around, and that special someone was, let's just say that she looked completely a resemblance of Tika Sumpter, actress Tika Sumpter from Sonic the Hedgehog, including Ride Along. Yes. And her name was Latrice. Yes. Latrice. And actually, for the first day, she was really fond of Dennis. Like, as if he knows, as if she knew that he was the one for her. So they talked, and he had to ask questions just in case, just to see if School of Hard Knocks is 100% qualified and considered a good school to be with. And Latrice said, between you and me, I wouldn't recommend it, but at the same time, I would, just to see where life can take me. Because when I heard about people dealing with health issues like mental health and awareness and or emotional breakdowns and falling apart with others, I thought it would be a good way to help change all that. So he went to class, first day of class at S.O.H.K in the summer. And of course, it kind of gives you, when he walked in, it was like, it kind of gives like that Dangerous Minds type vibe. When Michelle Pfeiffer, Luann Johnson came in, saw a class of rowdy African American, Latinos and Latinas, and a little bit of white folks. Rebellious folks. And they were like mostly black. Most of the students in the classroom was black. One guy rocks Loke sunglasses. The other guys rocking ball caps. Tatted up from the shoulder all the way to the fingers. Like one of them had their fingers tatted up with, and like one hand they had thug, the other hand they had life, as in thug life. Thug life. And the females, one girl was fat. She was like 215 pounds. Thick. Rocking airbrush t-shirts. And bamboo hoop earrings with her name. Gold and or silver. The other girls, like one of them had worn a bandana like she was gangbanging, but she's not. Although she did live in a gangbanging neighborhood in Mount Pomegranate. And yes, there was one girl rocking box braids in a resemblance to Callie from Dangerous Minds. The one with the box braids and the sunglasses on her head, but she don't rock sunglasses on her head. She actually just rocks box braids, updo ponytail, yeah, and she rocks plain hoop earrings. But of course, when they spotted the teacher, well, when they spotted Dennis, it's like, yo, who that is? Yo, who the heck is that? And there was this guy with silence, just bumping his music. And he spotted, yo, are you new here? Yes. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? My name is Tron. What's your name? I'm Dennis. Oh, like Dennis the Menace. No. More like Dennis Rodman. Yeah. And he was like, everybody's so fond of that name, Dennis. The Menace. Dennis Rodman. Like, Dennis DJ Johnson and whatnot. Everybody's saying Dennis. Everybody loves the confidence. But some people, Dennis found out that they were making fun of him. Well, pleasure to see some of you, or to all of you. I'm just going to take a seat. And the fat girl, now why would you take a seat when you know, when you don't introduce yourself to me? Well, because you didn't ask. I mean, you never told me your name, so I'm just trying to get used to this. And the guy with the thug life tattoo on his fingers, like, yo man, where have I seen you before? Well, I guess you seen me at the drive-in. I worked the drive-in. You worked the drive-in? Yo, man, you probably know about my cousin Relly. Relly? Oh, short for Relish. Oh, yes, I did remember him. What? Did this man just call... You know Relish? Everybody was so shocked and fond of him on the first day. But it wasn't enough. And the teacher's like, all right, everybody, in your seats. We got a new... Oh. What is your name, sir? And my name is Dennis. And I called here to see what School of Hard Knocks was like. So I'm just trying to give it a go. The teacher, they were fond. The teacher was fond of Dennis. Everybody was fond of Dennis at first. And it's like they starting to bond with him, even though you don't know who they are. But some of them, they knew who he was. But meanwhile at home, it was a whole different story. Latasha was home, and Dennis he just got home, and he was so happy that the day turned out his way. And to be honest, he was expecting to see Raymond at the S.O.H.K because he was the one that got him in this school. But things didn't turn out according to plan at home. Because at home, it turns out that Latasha was really shook, like curious about what Dennis was up to. Just regular, happy day, dressed up as if he had a promotion. But he told the truth. Well, I checked out, which is funny because it was like a school, like an old hospital. And so I decided to give it a go. So how long you gonna be doing this? Well, well, between 4 to 5 days a week, unless Fridays they're closed. You know what's funny? She didn't get offended by it at first, and of course, the high school buddies, they wanted to know what was on Dennis's mind in the summertime and why he went to S.O.H.K. But this is just the beginning. Now, the first week went smoothly. Everybody starting to learn the truth about Dennis, and he explained it, and due to the fact that he actually decided to get on top of his education game a little bit further, he had to make some adjustments. Like, for instance, he even asked if S.O.H.K was closed on Fridays, because like the guys and girls in the classroom, they were like, honestly, it shouldn't be, but at the same time, it is. But it's kind of like the same thing that they do to college whenever there's some summer classes. Like, they let you take a break on Fridays, but I feel like some Fridays you need some time to get educated. So yeah, we don't come on Fridays. So it was like smooth sailing, and they even had some homework in the summer. So they decided to take it easy and take it serious at the same time. Homework in the summer. Look, for me to have summer classes in college, it ain't nothing new to me. I know what it was like to have homework in the summer. I had to get on my grind. But yeah, Dennis was enjoying School of Hard Knocks. And after the first week, Friday, when school was not supposed to be open, Mr. Raymond out of nowhere decided to say what's up. What's up to Dennis. He said what's up to Dennis and asked him, how'd you like S.O.H.K? He told the truth. It was really nice. Despite the fact that my classroom looked like they were this is a reenactment of Dangerous Minds, the movie. But it was still popping off smooth. But yes, when it came to going to the School of Hard Knocks, a lot of people were like shocked, like, wait a minute. Dennis goes to the School of Hard Knocks? Oh, isn't he young for that? I thought he wasn't supposed to be there until 17. I thought S.O.H.K was for the young adults. Well, he's about to be, because if you recall, his birthday is in the summertime. Like, of course, people started to flip out like, wait, whoa. Say what? Word around town is that Dennis went to the School of Hard Knocks. So it was like something boiling. A pot was about to be overboiled at some point. So everybody was like, at first they want to keep it on the hush, and even Latasha. But then all of a sudden, a few weeks later, after everybody knew about it, like near the end of June, everybody knew about the School of Hard Knocks. Even the officials, like the government, the police department, because believe it or not, somebody from the police department wanted the School of Hard Knocks to be demolished, as if it was not a real school. And the person responsible for making the School of Hard Knocks should be arrested. That didn't make sense, but it didn't bother because Dennis was enjoying getting some education in the summertime, and he also made it clear to stick with taking care of business. Cause remember, he had to help out Latasha. 1 year younger than him, but mostly the infamous B word. But she didn't act like it for a while. But due to the fact that she actually spotted him coming home late. Like, where have you been? Oh, sorry. I had another shift. I had another shift at the drive-in. Wait, you work at the drive-in? Since when did that happen? I've been doing this for the summer. Well, this is part of ever since I was 14. So Dennis ended up getting a job working at the drive. Actually, he decided to just get volunteer. So he volunteers at the Mount Pomegranate Drive-In, cleaning up the mess, like sweeping and even washing. He sweeps, he washes, and he makes sure to save some money. Cause it was kind of like he's doing this since it's summertime. He felt like it was good to have a summer job, but he started at 14 years old. Heck, he had a jar full of money. Had a jar full of bucks, not cents, dollar bills, from ones to fives to tens to 20s. He even ended up getting hundreds, but 50s first, $50 first, then hundreds. He was living it down. He was having it set up, paid for, and then bam, out of the blue, after working 2 long years of the drive-in in Mount Pomegranate, let's just say that things didn't go his way. What do you mean? Well, actually, that's later on. Because he was taking over. He took over from School of Hard Knocks. Latrice was intrigued. The teachers were intrigued. Even the professionals, like mentors and therapists, they were pleased with Dennis's appearance. And Raymond, he came to the School of Hard Knocks in July. Raymond came to the School of Hard Knocks, and he was surprised to see him enjoy it. Everybody learned a thing or two from the School of Hard Knocks. And everybody around town, they was like, yo, how'd it go? And did you learn a thing or two? Oh, yes, I learned. And so, first year at School of Hard Knocks, well, the first 2 months, because in the summertime, he had to make it happen. But after turning 17, things went different. So, one of the police officers was still tripping. Latasha gave him a pass for being honest and for keeping up. Matter of fact, some of the money that he saved up from working since 14 years old at the drive-in in Mount Pomegranate, he ended up paying some of the money for some around the house materials. Made it easier for Latasha. Latasha was like, huh? How'd this happen? Oh, that's right. My big brother. He works at the drive-in. I remember. So, senior year, everybody from the S.O.H.K supported him. Like, they were sad to see him go because he had to finish up high school. But he did say, mark my words, I will be back. I will be back probably next year. Or maybe, just maybe, on fall breaks. Like holiday type. But of course, S.O.H.K closed for Labor Day. S.O.H.K closed for Thanksgiving, like the usual Wednesday through Friday thing. And they even had to close out for Christmas. Just like college. So, made sense. Because of Dennis's heartfelt, powerful moves that he made, it was a good start. Latasha started to learn how to calm down for the first time and realize that she should learn a thing or two from her older brother Dennis. But in senior year, everything was going okay. First time School of Hard Knocks for the summer, it went well. Senior year now, heartbroken that he couldn't hang out because he just came in for the summer. He even ended up getting some report card from S.O.H.K for the hard work he put in for the first 2 months. The 2 months of summer, June and July. Because in August, he had to go back and finish up high school. Even Gerald, a.k.a. Gangsta Hippie, was curious why Dennis still never convinced to joining the gang. I mean, Todd and Ted, they already found out that he didn't want to do it. But according to Oreo 336, a fictional, biblical, yet gang-banging moral, thou shalt not say no to joining the gang. Thou shalt not say no. Because Gerald, he didn't take no lightly for an answer. But he still wasn't going to give up. Heck, I remember, and even though one random day, even especially out away from the school area, high school, Dennis was approached by a 1985 Crown Victoria, a Ford Crown Victoria. The same automobile that you saw from the first Men in Black film starring Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith when Jay was actually becoming a part of the Men in Black crew. And let's just say that while he was coming home from shopping, because he was still getting paid for the drive-in job that he was up to, he was getting paid real good money for working at the drive-in. And he came in, about to head inside the house. They pulled up. Hey, yo, D! What gives, man? What do you mean, what gives? How come you didn't give me an answer to... How come you didn't give me an answer? How come you ain't coming and join me? Join my gang? Dude, we went over this. How many times, how many years has it been? You wanted me to join your gang, and for what? Have you asked other people already? I'm trying to keep my mind focused on education and trying to turn my life around. What do you think what your crew is gonna do? Hey, now listen, that's personal. TMI. But right now, we just want to know the truth. Why you ain't joining? Hey, you better tell them, cause according to Oreo 336, really, what's the rule? Thou shalt not say no. You got that right. So are you joining or what? No. And besides, what's the consequences if I said no? That's it. And then Gerald starts to turn from ordinary Gerald, friend, to enemy, gangster, hippie, real quick. He ran to Mr. Dennis, like, and even Tyler and Ted was like, "What the? No, 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 no!" He was running to Dennis, about to jump him, cause he done took no for the umpteenth time. Umpteenth. Why? What is that, Taylor? Why don't you just say hundredth or thousandth, millionth time? Everybody didn't want to join his gang. They know what it was. While he was about to jump Dennis actually ended up tripping him. Oh! Like, oh no! Whoa! And I'm gonna give you one! Oh! Down goes gangster hippie. Tripped and flipped. Oh! Ah! My back! No, he didn't. He didn't say that, but he knew the pain when he felt it. I mean, yo! Oh, you good? Yo! Yeah, yes, I'm alright. I'm fine. Ted and Todd, they were not pleased about what's going on. But after Gerald got tripped, Gangsta Hippie got tripped by Dennis. Dennis went inside and just like closed the door, locked it. Whew. Man, Gerald turned Gangsta Hippie. What? Why? What is going on? Over a gang? And yes, after Gerald got punked, Todd and Ted, they actually had to pick him up, take him back to the Ford, and just drove off, knowing some things will never change. But then, all of a sudden, a few months later, after that little incident, let's just say that something terrible happened. And by terrible, the drive-in theater was actually shut down. What? The Mount Pomegranate drive-in was closed permanently. And it had nothing to do with the FDA test results. It had nothing to do with that. Because there was a contract. And the contract was stated that in such and such it will be closing down. So someone left a will, a contract. And let's just say the contract, it was 50 years. And it was the 50th year for Mount Pomegranate. And everybody was really disappointed. Even the employees, the workers and that included young Dennis himself. They didn't get fired, no, but they dang sure lost their job. It's like, what? Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, Dennis. It's all true. Read this. We are sadly, is we are sadly informed that after a 50-year deal, the Mount Pomegranate Drive-In will be closing on this day, such and such, yada yada yada. Signed, the mayor of Mount Pomegranate. What? Oh man! Now I gotta find another job. Ain't this a jerk? Everybody was so peed off or ticked off, devastated, heartbroken, depressed about it. Even the grandparents from that they used to go out during the Grease Lightning days, the James Dean days. Mount Pomegranate closes the drive-in after 50 years. It's like somebody started to get so angry at the politics for ruining it. As the same way that KRS was like screaming, dang, why they messed it up? Not only did Dennis felt hurt about it, he had to go home. But before he did, everybody that worked for the drive-in, they finally got their last pay. Their last pay. Everybody got their last pay, and someone played Boyz II Men's It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday while they were leaving. Lighters in the air. Someone had to write the words, rest in peace. Dennis, let's just say that when Dennis came by the very next day, a Saturday, by the way, he spent some part of his money for a bouquet of flowers. Thank you. He was heartbroken. First off, his friend that wanted him to be in his crew so freaking bad after so long to start to turn his back and get turned into the Hulk. Don't make me angry. You don't like me when I'm angry. To charge. But ended up tripping because Dennis actually played smart and got out the way before he got hit and punched in the face and tripped Gerald, aka Gangster Hippie. Gerald is no longer Gerald, he's Gangster Hippie. And Todd and Ted had to carry him, put him in the car, and just drive off like never to mess with him after that little stunt. To losing his job after closing down after a 50-year deal, and it really was a sad day for Mount Pomegranate. So all of a sudden, Mr. Dennis had to find another job. Another job. In which, from the drive-in to now, a movie theater. He works at the movie theaters, which is better than doing nothing. Best time to work at a movie theater was Fridays and Saturdays. Even when he had to come in extra days, especially when there was no school. Fall break, that's acceptable. He would work 5 going on 6 days. But he still kept his promise to stop by School of Hard Knocks to see how the crew is doing. Even Raymond was still around, happy to see him. All the classmates from the summer at School of Hard Knocks, they were happy for his appearance. And, of course, Callie was like, so what brings you here? Well, I said I was going to keep my word and stop by and just say hello to you guys. But at the same time, I miss Mount Pomegranate, the driving. Wait, you got fired? No, it closed down after 50 years. and the girl that looked like Callie from Dangerous Minds, she got up and hugged him. Everybody just came up to him. I'm so sorry, Dennis. Yo, man, that's messed up. But the guy with the radio was like, so you gonna find another job? Everybody stopped hugging him, like, looked at the guy. Really, dude? No, that's okay. I got one already. For real? Where? And the teacher's like, for where at? I work in the movie theater now. So you can catch me at Mount Pomegranate's movie theater. The MPMT, as they call it. MPMT. But yes. To begin with the School of Hard Knocks. And to end up losing a job that was closing down from the drive-in to working at another job that had something to do with the movies. From the drive-in to the movie theater. Still, a good way to continue to make money. And since he brought up his word, like kept his word, he made sure to see if everything's going okay with the crew at the S.O.H.K. Meanwhile, Latasha, when she found out that the driving was closed, she was hurt. So what now? I'm gonna do a job shopping. And what job do you think is going to be like the driving? What else? MPMT. Oh no, you ain't talking about the movie theater. Yes, Mount Pomegranate movie theaters. And besides, it's never too late to say lights, camera, and action. Yeah, that explains. Besides, I've been a jerk to you all my life. But for you to lose your job, that's crazy. And you only work for 2 years? Yes, since 14 years old. I just started cleaning up after the message, and then the boss came to me like, well, I'm 14. So I said, I'll give you an exception. Because he found out I have character. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks to lose your job, like not get fired but to get laid off for like never needed. I remember what it was like for that moment. But things change. But right now it's just a smooth beginning. So Dennis took the time to stop by to say hello to his fellow School of Hard Knocks brethren and brothers and sisters, including Latrice. Latrice heard the news and was like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. No, don't be. I'm still striving. And I'm still gonna be working at the movies. Wait, MPMT? Yes. Everybody was so proud of him for keeping his head up high. But it's just the beginning. And on that note, I'm going to have to stop right there. Are you kidding me, Taylor? You just going to stop right there? Yes. I already gave you an hour. But dig this. There will be more in stores. So feel free to do these following. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the notification bell and there will be more in stores. The link for the last episode will be in the description bar down below. And there will be more to tell about the School of Hard Knocks on Cold Man's Winter Season 6. This is yours truly, Taylor Jones, signing out. And then again, what's the point of signing out if you know you got more to tell? This is why I always say this. TBC. To be or not to be continued? That is the question. But you have to find out on the next episode.